Good morning, students. Welcome to the history session. Children, we are doing this chapter Mahatma Gandhi and the nationalist movement. And in the last session, we discussed about the Mahatma Gandhi as the people's leader. What were the characteristics which things made Mahatma Gandhi as one of the most popular leader? Further, we are moving as we had already discussed about the non-cooperation movement. Now, we'll be moving to the next topic. The event which started from 1930s. So we discussed about the beginning of the civil disobedience movement. We saw how effective Dandi March was, how that turned Gandhi into a great leader. So further we are moving ahead as this movement was at its pinnacle, civil disobedience movement. Thousands of people, they participated, women, children, all women also in large number they participated in civil disobedience movement. And as a result, Britishers were under immense pressure to stop this movement. And Gandhiji was released in 1931 and in the January 1931 and around 5th March 1931, Lord Irwin, the Governor General of India, invited Gandhiji to sign one pact, and that pact is known as Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Under this pact, it was decided between Gandhiji and Lord Irwin that the civil disobedience movement would be stopped completely, and in return, Britishers will release all the political prisoners, those who have not taken any violent act. So Gandhiji is somewhere criticized for this because he was not able to ask for the release of the three great revolutionaries Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and Sukhdev, who were hanged on 23rd March 1931. But nevertheless, the movement, it was decided the movement should be stopped and the political leaders will be released, Indian leaders will be released from the jail by the Britishers. And if we see the timing of this pact, Britishers were under immense pressure because the clouds of Second World War were hanging around, and Britishers were under immense pressure to stop any sort of internal conflict or the internal opposition which was existing in India. That is why Gandhi-Irwin Pact was signed in 1931, and then later in the same year, around October 1931, Gandhiji was invited to London to attend second round table conference. First round table conference was also there in 1930s, but it was an absolute failure because no leader from Congress participated in the first round table conference, and without participation of any representative of the Congress, any conference about the India's political future cannot be a success. So in 1931, Gandhiji represented Congress, but he met certain opposition from Indians. From India itself, Muhammad Ali Jinnah was advocating a strong case for the Muslims. So B.R. Ambedkar, a great lawyer, and with his argument, Ambedkar spoke about the Dalits and oppressed classes. And there were princely states, the princes who kept their part, and they said the government of India do not have anything to take from their property. So this conference, as a result, due to the internal argument and debates of the Indian leaders, became a total failure, and Gandhiji returned back India empty-handed. And then he thought of restarting the movement, but this movement died its own death by 1935 and 1934, and Gandhiji had withdrawn back the civil disobedience movement. And around 1935, Britishers were forced to pass one act which is known as Government of India Act 1935, and they were agreed to give some sort of representation to the Indians in the council. So this was one positive side how we can take after the civil disobedience movement. And around 1938-39, Congress ministry took part in the council elections, and they won out of 11, 8 seats or the regions were represented by the prime ministers of Congress. And as Britishers could not promise much about the India's political freedom, by the time there was Churchill, who was a conservative prime minister in Britain, and he still was persuaded to send Sir Stafford Cripps. And Stafford Cripps came to India, and that is known as the Cripps Proposal. He had a long discussions with Gandhiji and all the other leaders, but the Indian Congress leaders, including Gandhiji, could not take much from the Cripps except the promises of talking in future about the political freedom of India. So there was no promise made by the Britishers about political freedom of India. That is why Congress ministry resigned in 1939. And still Jawaharlal Nehru and Gandhiji, who were against the dictatorial forces, mainly the Nazis of Germany, they promised that yes, we will support Britishers against the dictatorial regimes, and in return they should grant us something, political representation, or the Indian should be the defense minister in the council. So with these promises, they kept supporting the Britishers in second World War. So these were the events taking place, and around August 1940, the Muslim League actually made a demand for the separate regions for the Muslims. You can call it formally a demand for the separate nation, Pakistan. Okay, and now the political future of India was not only between the Congress and British. There was Muslim League also started playing a role of third player, and this is what affected the coming events in coming years, and we will be discussing those events in the next class. By the time, take care, stay home, stay safe. Thank you all.